Now the feast of unleavened bread drew near, which is called the Passover. Luke 22, verse 1. This verse describes the timing of the betrayal. The Passover was the timing determined by God for the betrayal of Jesus. In Matthew 26, verses 2 to 5, we read, "You know that after 2 days the Passover is coming, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified." Then the chief priests and the elders of the people gathered in the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas, and plotted together in order to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. But they said, "Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people." Further we see in John 19 verses 14 to 16, "Now it was the day of preparation of the Passover. It was about the 6th hour. He said to the Jews, 'Behold your king.' They cried out, 'Away with him! Away with him! Crucify him!' Pilate said to them, 'Shall I crucify your king?' The chief priests answered, 'We have no king but Caesar.' So he delivered him over to them to be crucified." The Passover lamb that was killed year after year, and whose blood was applied to the doorposts, was a foreshadow of the offering of Jesus as a true Lamb of God. This is why John says of Jesus, "The next day he saw Jesus coming toward him and said, 'Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world.'" John 1:29. God chose the Passover as the time during which Jesus would be crucified. The Jewish religious leaders were responsible for what they did, but the timing of Jesus' betrayal and crucifixion was in God's control. In Matthew 26:5 we read, "But they said, 'Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people.'" God can overrule man's decision when he wants to. One commentator says, and I quote, "And it is of great importance for us to hold that Christ was not unexpectedly dragged to death by the violence of his enemies, but was led to it by the providence of God. For our confidence in the propitiation is found on the conviction that he was offered to God as that sacrifice which God had appointed from the beginning. And therefore he determined that his Son should be sacrificed on the very day of the Passover, that the ancient figure might give place to the only sacrifice of eternal redemption." End quote. Have a blessed day.